Hello, beautiful friends. I am Laurel Bleadon-Maffei with Illuminating Souls, welcoming you to this episode of Sleepy Bedtime Blessings, a podcast designed to help you rest, relax, and fall asleep, and also to help you deepen in your connection with your team of angels and the beauty of your soul. If we're meeting for the first time, I am an angelic practitioner, a spiritual teacher, and an encourager of souls, and this means that I have the best job ever. I get to help you open to your beautiful team of angels who love you. And I do this through one-on-one angel sessions, soul mentoring, and a variety of classes and circles. And you can learn more about my offerings tomorrow when you wake up at my website, illuminatingsouls.com. I'm also fairly active on my Facebook page of the same name. And then there is the daily inspiration blast, which you can register for, where I send you an inspiring message every weekday. But now it's your time to rest. You have done enough for today. So the angels and I are imbuing this broadcast with waves of divine love, calibrated just for you, to support you and your consciousness and your body, all the many aspects of you, to help you release whatever came before this moment and begin the process of resting into a good expanse of sleep. So I invite you to get cozy and snuggle on in. Fluff up your pillows just so. And allow your body to begin to rest. So the way this podcast works is we'll be chatting here for a little while. Mostly it's me rambling, and then I bring in the angels who are already here. And then I will read to you for a while. The episode will run about an hour, so you have plenty of time. There's no pressure to sleep quickly. I'll be here keeping you company. There's something so beautiful about having another loving, soothing voice, whispering and speaking to you as you fall off into the mystery of sleep. As I've shared with you before, I have been using sleep podcasts for years now, and they really are part of my well-being, and that's why I created this for you. I love them so much, I wanted to contribute to the voices that are out there. You know, there's something that is so cozy about drifting off to sleep when we're being told a story, or you hear voices murmuring in the distance. It's almost a part of our anthropological heritage, yes, to gather around the fire, to gather around the hearth, and then to drift off. So here we are, and it's not just my voice, it's the love of the angels, because they are bringing forth a beautiful vibration of higher frequencies of light and love for you. And these energies are very compatible with drifting off to sleep. It's interesting, I was so guided to record this podcast for you in this moment. And for some reason, there's been a lot of ambient noise around my neighborhood. Normally, it's the kind of noise I wouldn't even notice. You know, I think we get used to the noises of our homes or our neighborhoods, and our mind filters it out. But recording the podcast, this microphone picks up everything. And so it made me aware of how much stimulus we are exposed to, and especially during a passage like the one we're in now. There's a lot of vibrational stimulus coming our way. So my intention for this episode is that it serves as a cocoon of soft light for you, where you can pull your energy in, away from all the outside stimulus, and where you can then expand your energy into the higher realms of love and light, where you can replenish and restore. So take a nice deep breath in and release. You are precious in all this world, and you are a gift from on high. And this is your time to rest. And you can let go of everything that happened before this moment. You know, the experience of rest and sleep is essential to our well-being. It is a time when our bodies restore, and also a time for our consciousness to reset. The experience of sleep is a great mystery. Our waking mind goes quiet, and the dream state, and if we're contemplating the mystical journey, our travels in the astral realm, have an opportunity to wander and explore. So many of my dreams over the past year have been of experiencing wonderful adventures with big groups of people. I find that so fascinating because, because of the pandemic and everything, I have really been in a lot of isolation and solitude, probably like many of you. I have my husband here, which is wonderful, and I get to connect with many of you when I'm facilitating sessions or facilitating classes. But I am longing to be with a vibrant group of people who are part of my soul family. I used to attend Soul Camp, which was a wonderful gathering. I used to participate at the University of Santa Monica, where I knew a lot of people, and there's a part of me that is really longing to belong and have adventures with a group that feels like soul family. And I marvel that I get to do that in my dreams. I don't set an intention and I don't ask for it, but somehow every night I am traveling in my dreams with people that I love. And I think it's one of the ways that my soul and the universe are gifting to me what I am craving, even though it is not possible right now in the physical realm. I think that's a wonderful thing about our astral travels. We might not always remember what they are, but sometimes great healing takes place, and we get to experience facets of life that may not otherwise be available to us. So take a deep breath in and release. And together we can ask the angels to help bring you dreams and travels in the astral realm that fulfill you, that help you heal, that help you connect with even more of who you are. And take a deep breath in and release. And let yourself come into the quiet places. That in this moment there's nothing that needs to be solved. That whatever feels challenging to you in your waking life, the angels can help bring grace and healing so that maybe tomorrow things will feel a bit lighter for you. It's interesting as I am navigating these energies with you right now. I feel the angels coming in. As I always say, they're already here. And I hear them asking, what is it that you would like to ask for? How can we support you? What is up for healing for you? And what dreams do you seek to energize? And it's a reminder that the angels are here to support you, that you can share with them your deepest heart. You can ask for their support and then open to receive. And so even though they are already here, I am going to call them in because I am a girl who loves ritual. I love the sound of prayer. And so I bring this forward for you. So beautiful, beautiful angels on high, we ask that you join us here. I ask that you infuse this broadcast with waves of love and compassion and understanding for those that are hearing this message and beyond. Angels help to amplify the love that we are seeding into this world. Angels, I ask that you bring blessings to each of the beloveds hearing this message. Angels, our needs are great right now. There is so much transpiring in the world, and it is not always easy to be present and to witness all that is taking place. So angels, give us strength of heart. Help to activate our resiliency and our ability to take in the great beauty of this lifetime. Angels, help us to know how to be of loving service and help us connect with the resourcefulness to make the world a bit brighter right now. Angels, we are so grateful to walk this earth in co-creation with you and the divine. Angels, thank you for helping each one of us awaken into who we really are as divine blessings from God in this world. So beautiful ones, take a deep breath in and out. And if you sense there is anything up for healing for you, hold it up to the light. Give it to the light so that the angels can help infuse and transform these energies for you. Take another deep breath in and out. Draw breath deep into your body and let your body receive, and then allow your body to let go. Allowing the waves of relaxation to cascade across your body. The angels ask you to please take good care of yourself. You are precious in this world, and there is a place for you here. Please do not doubt your ability to make a difference in this world. Sometimes, when the challenges are many, it may cause you to doubt your ability to be a source of positive change. But do not ever allow yourself to doubt your strength or your courage or your magic. That you are a miracle from on high. You are finding your way, and new opportunities, new awarenesses of your path are coming to you, and you are preparing to blossom open into a brighter expression of your beingness. Take a breath in and release. The angels say thank you for being here now. Thank you for your willingness to walk this path of light. Thank you for opening your heart to feel and love as deeply as you do. It is not always easy to choose to stay open, but you do. And the angels are so deeply grateful for the empathy you hold for others. You are one of the many blessings that are present right now in the world. Within you is great light. And just breathe. And with your permission, the angels will help seed sparks of inspiration for you, so that in the coming days and weeks, You will find yourself connecting with ideas and opportunities that inspire your spirit and help you to move forward. In the realms of co-creation, it's not always up to you to do all the heavy lifting. One of my favorite adages from the angels is, you do a little and we'll do a lot. So with your permission, the angels are going to help you connect with sparks of inspiration that will support your journey forward. You are a blessing from on high, and we are deeply grateful for you. And now, it's your time to rest. You may already be asleep, and if not, it's okay. We've got a long while to still be together. And while you rest, I'm going to read to you and ramble for a bit, and the angels will stay here and watch over you. So tonight, I thought we could wander through a magazine from 1907 that is called Country Life in America, a magazine for the homemaker in the country. And in this capacity, they're not necessarily talking about the country the way we might think of it today, where all the farms and the agriculture resides. A lot of what they're speaking about as far as the country goes is, back in 1907, for instance, people might live in New York City, or one of the boroughs that was filled with lots of people. And you could go a ways into Westchester County or Connecticut, and that was considered the country. So when they speak of the country, this is what they're talking about. They're not necessarily talking about the agricultural heart of America. They're talking about the expanses where there were a lot of land beyond the urban centers. We start off with an ad from Tiffany and Company. I think we all know what Tiffany is, right? And it's an ad for silver wedding presents. So some attractive and inexpensive pieces of table silverware made in Tiffany and Company's patterns. And this is for English sterling. Lettuce forks are $5.50 each. Tomato servers are $6. You can get a dozen individual asparagus, easy for me to say. You can get a dozen individual asparagus tongs for $36. A dozen ice cream forks for $20. Bouillon spoons for $18. Chocolate spoons for $14. One of the things I find so fascinating about this ad is the sheer variety of utensils. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm good with a fork, a spoon, and a knife. I don't even know what I would do with asparagus tongs, because that would infer that I'm having a big dinner party where many people will need special tongs for asparagus, and I can't imagine living that way. So I just thought this ad was interesting. And now I'm going to read to you some real estate ads, which I think are so fascinating. It's always so interesting to see what you could buy and at what price back then. So this ad says, a pretty bit of scenery can be enjoyed from this modern suburban country seat. 30 acres, a home-like residence, but 30 miles out, overlooking Briarcliff Lodge, Briarcliff Manor, and Ossining, elegant views of Hudson River in the distance. And then they list the realtors and the estates of the other people who live nearby, who I'm sure are all very moneyed, and if we had lived back then, we would recognize these names. So they list the people, and then they say, and there are many other discerning people who have chosen this location for its desirability, convenience, attractiveness for permanent homes. Price $30,000. And, not to inject too much darkness into this, but when they say discerning people, I think for the most part, someone like me wouldn't be welcome there. So, anyways, you know of what I speak, yes? And just as an aside, I spent a year of my life living in Tarrytown, New York, which is in Westchester County, which is near this, and I have to say it is gorgeous there overlooking the Hudson. Let's see what else I can find here. This ad is for a beautiful country home at Grandview on the Hudson, close to the riverbank. The house contains 14 rooms besides bathrooms and large square reception hall. Living room is 16 by 32 feet, which is connected by arched door with reception hall, has wide fireplace and is very attractive. There is a wide veranda on front and one side of the house, from which a fine view of the river, 3 miles wide at this point, and surrounding country may be had. House has all modern improvements, perfect water supply, heating apparatus and drainage, electric lights on all 3 floors. Along with house will be sold a plot of ground, 200 by 425 feet, front 200 feet on river, and a stable with loft, 2 stalls, and a carriage room. Will sell complete for $12,000, or the house and half the lot for $8,500. Grandview is between Piermont and Nyack on the northern branch of the Erie Railroad. It is 1 hour's ride from Chambers Street Ferry in New York City. And I will just say, I love Nyack. Okay, here we go, another ad. Twilight Park and Catskill Mountains. Catskills is gorgeous. Attractive and comfortable cottage. Fully furnished. Excellent interior woodwork. Open fireplaces. Modern plumbing. First floor has an assembly room, music room, dining room, enclosed and open piazzas with butler's pantry, kitchen, woodshed, etc. Second floor has a sitting room and den, 5 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. The third floor has 3 bedrooms. Elevation is 2,300 feet above sea level, with beautiful views across the Hudson River Valley to the Berkshire Mountains beyond. Grounds laid out with shrubs and plants and paths leading to summer houses and a squirrel inn. Select community. Every time I hear that, distinguished community, select community, you just know that most of us would not be welcome there. But anyways, I digress. Bracing air. Price asked for sale, $25,000, and rent is $1,000. Here's another home, Clinton, Connecticut, 25 miles beyond New Haven for sale, 20 acres, waterfront, 5 minutes ride to the station. Beautiful place, all in perfect condition. Stone and shingle house, first floor, large living room, library, dining room, butler's pantry, kitchen, laundry. The second floor has 4 master bedrooms, 3 master baths, 4 servants' bedrooms, 1 servant bath. Gas, steam heat, open plumbing, large stable terrace gardens, and tennis court. Cost is over $100,000, but they're selling it for $40,000. That's a good bargain, huh? I also just like all of these things for servants' quarters, right? Oy, oy, oy. I don't know why I find this fascinating. I just think it's so interesting to just look back and see what things cost and how they were marketed and who they were marketed to. And this section just says, look over this list for sale. So, 40 minutes out, 10 acres on Long Island Sound. Shade, lawns, shrubbery, and garden. The house has 20 rooms, 4 baths, large stable, coachman's cottage, bathing beach, and good boat anchorage for $125,000. Here's another one. New Canaan, Connecticut, 1 mile to the station, hour and 9 minutes to New York. A farm of 25 acres, high ground, good view of Long Island Sound, surrounding country, in good state of cultivation, no buildings, but a grand building site. $7,500, so $7,500, reasonable terms. Greenwich, Connecticut. The station is 10 minutes away. 4 acres, lawns, shrubs, shade, garden, 200 yards from Long Island Sound, fine view of water, beautiful house, 20 rooms, 2 baths, hot air and steam heat, stable with 4 stalls, 5 plastered rooms for servants, high-class surroundings. I don't know why that cracks me up. High-class surroundings. It's, you know what, I think what's happening is I'm watching The Gilded Age right now, and so this is just very front of mind in terms of distinguished, discerning, high class, how powerful all of that was in this age. So that piece was $45,000. Hour to hour and 10 minutes from New York, a place of 23 acres, large lawns, shrubbery, shade trees, garden, 3 or 4 greenhouses, because, you know, you're going to need more than one, right? So 3 or 4 greenhouses, and several mushroom houses. Now, this is the first we've heard about mushroom houses. This is a large house with 15 rooms and 1 bath. So that's hard, right? 1 bath with 15 rooms. I mean, how many people are going to live there with just 1 bath? Hot water, heat, and open fireplaces lighted by gas, a stable with 5 stalls, and room for 7 or 8 carriages, a large hayloft, gardener's cottage with 8 rooms heated by furnace, several other outbuildings. This place can be had at a remarkably low figure, about half of its it says about a third of its original cost, which was $75,000. I don't know why. I think it's so interesting to read these. Okay, here's an interesting one. An hour and 10 minutes from New York, high ground, 600 acres. Can you imagine what those 600 acres now? I don't even know where this was, but 600 acres within an hour of New York. It says lawn, shade trees, shrubbery, garden, all kinds of trees, shrubs, plants, berries, and vines. 50 to 100 acres of woodland, large barns, stable, blacksmith shop, sawmill, all kinds of farming implements. $250,000. Here's another one. About 2 hours from New York, a place of 75 acres, a mile of shore frontage on Long Island Sound, beautiful old shade trees, lawn, shrubbery, and garden. Drive from entrance gate to house of half a mile, lawn, small stream, orchard, all kinds of fruit, a beautiful view of Sound. The house has 10 rooms, 2 baths, 2 toilets, hot water heat, lighted by gas. The stable has 8 stalls, a coach house for a number of carriages. Everything is in good condition, 1 or 2 tenant houses, greenhouses, and barn, 18 feet of water at low tide, $150,000. Okay, so now let's go across over to New Jersey. So This is a country estate on Jersey coast, 37 miles out on Long Branch Railroad near Red Bank, Lays, Montmartre, 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 that's what we'll call it, Montmartre. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. If any of you are descendants upon the people who lived there, you can correct me. So this place has 15 acres under high cultivation. The house on an elevation surrounded by 3 acres of old shade, beautiful shrubs, flowers, evergreens, hedges, and large lawn is a 2-story, 10-room frame dwelling with high French windows, new stained shingle roof, put on an entire house, also outbuildings painted new this winter. Finest water in kitchen from deep well, cellar dry, suitable for mushrooms, electric light, and phone if wanted. Outbuildings, gardener's 2-room house, 30-foot hothouse, stable for 2 horses, carriage house, cow stall, corn crib, 4 hen houses, fenced runs, asparagus, fruit packing, and coal sheds. Sold with estate, fine cob horse, new 2-seat buggy, farm wagon, asparagus ridging and spraying machines, and all necessary implements. So if you get that, you can get the asparagus tongs from Tiffany's. Revenue, 5 acres and young asparagus bed, all bearing, supplying the finest hotels of New York and Boston, daily shipments at fixed price, an orchard of 500 trees of fancy peaches, 5 sorts of plums, 7 sorts of pears, 4 sorts all growing choice table fruit for select private trade. On balance of ground are French peas, and stringless beans are grown, eagerly sought by hotels. Celery is a second crop. So they're selling this because of sickness, so that's sad. The price is $15,000. So it's in Little Silver, New Jersey. I don't know where that is. I'll have to look that up and see where that is now. Isn't that interesting? All of these different places. And there are many more pages of real estate listings. And then there are listings for cows and chickens and horses, which I'm going to skip over. One of the things that caught my attention is their kennel directory for all the different breeds of dogs that were very popular then. So a lot of English bulldogs, apparently, Cocker Spaniels, Persian cats, Great Danes, Dalmatians, Collies. Collies were very popular, it appears. And I have to just say I was delighted because there seems to be some ads for Samoyeds, and I grew up with Samoyeds. My Tessa was a Samoyed. So I don't know. That made me happy. Then there are other advertisings in this magazine, which are always interesting. And then we move on to all of the boarding schools, which was a big thing then, sending the kids off to boarding school. So there were the schools for boys and the schools for girls. I thought you'd be interested in hearing what a school for girls was like. So this is an article. It says, "The part country life plays in a great school for girls." Set on a hill 15 miles east of the Hudson River is Halcyon Hall, the new home of the Bennett School for Girls. It is a well-nigh perfect place for a boarding school of the highest class. Halcyon Hall at Millbrook, Dutchess County, is near enough to New York to secure its best educational advantages, yet far enough to allow of perfect outdoor life. The altitude of Millbrook is 900 feet, assuring a dry, bracing climate. The ground being gravelly is porous, the drainage is perfect, and the lay of the land permits of all the healthful outdoor games that are so necessary to the physical upbuilding of the body. The school property consists of 22 acres, plans for the development of which are now being prepared by the Olmsted brothers of Brookline, Massachusetts, the noted landscape architects. Their plans include many tennis courts, a golf course, ample space for basketball, English field hockey, and an athletic field with running track. I'm laughing because that to me sounds horrible. If my parents were going to send me away to boarding school and the selling point was there'll be field hockey and running, I would just weep on the floor. The beautiful country roads afford unusual opportunities for horseback riding and walking. Okay, I would have liked that part. A fine stable with accommodation for 40 horses is provided, and students can bring their own mounts if desired. Halcyon Hall is well fitted for a fine school building. It is noted for the beauty of its interior equipment. Most of its 150 rooms, including assembly, music room, library, and gymnasium, command fine views. This, then, is the setting of the Bennett School for Girls. The new home makes it possible to carry out the policy of the school with greater efficiency. Perfect physical condition makes possible rapid and thorough mental and moral development. Ooh, what do you think that means, the moral development? Things were so tightly wound back then. I would have been such a rebel, I think. Characteristics of the Bennett School. It aims to help girls to develop into strong, broad-minded women. Okay, when they say broad-minded women, you know that they don't really mean that, right? In 1907, there was actually a pretty small bandwidth that women got to play in. But broad-minded women, I'm not sure what they meant by that. It offers thorough physical and mental training carefully adapted to the individual and seeks to imbue a sense of personal responsibility and a love of truth. That's interesting. It hopes to send into the world young women of deepened sympathies and quickened understandings, able to gain and to give happiness. Okay. The school is non-sectarian, but aims to strengthen personal faith and to bring practical Christianity into the acts of everyday life. Its educational plan, the Bennett School, is not designed as a preparatory school, though girls are, of course, fitted for college, but its upper classes are designed to equip the student for her place in life without the long, arduous college course. No student is admitted to the 2 highest classes who has not won a high school diploma. Music is a very strong feature of the school. The branch, under the direction of a pupil of, I know this is a famous musician and I don't know how to say, I'm sure it's a man, his name, Leschetitsky, forgive me for totally mangling that name, is particularly thorough, a series of recitals by the best artists in piano, violin, and voice, including quartets, trios, and solos, has been arranged for the coming year. The bringing of these artists to the home environment with the opportunity of meeting them and getting acquainted with their personalities has been one of the greatest inspirations of the school year. The home influence. No school can take the place of home in the life of any girl, but the school takes a very important place in the transition stage between girlhood and womanhood. The pupils are divided into groups of not more than 25. Each group is lodged in a section of the building, and the center of this section is the suite of rooms occupied by the house mother. Just as her apartments are the center of the group of rooms, she is the center of the private lives of the student of her group. She is their friend, advisor, confidant, elder sister, all in one. To her, the girls bring their troubles and their joys. Her sitting room is the meeting place of the group, and there the odd moments between lessons, after exercise, and before bedtime may be spent, and their afternoon tea is served. To the house mother is entrusted the responsibility of fostering and developing all the graces that pertain to the gentlewoman. The environment and plan of the group brings about this most important influence most naturally. Halcyon Hall, with its long wings bounding the open court, is well suited for this purpose. There also are trips to New York and Washington. The upper form will spend 2 weeks of the school year studying the best of the art galleries of New York and Washington, hearing good music, and will be given an opportunity of seeing the national government at work. The trip to New York and Washington will be personally conducted by teachers having charge of the art, history, and music classes. This is only an outline of the advantages offered by the Bennett School for Girls. The beginning of its 17th year in a new home, amid well-nigh perfect surroundings, marks a long step in advance. Let's see, it says until June 1st, Irvington on Hudson, and then after June 1st, it'll be in Millbrook, New York. And then there's also some ads for packaged goods, but there is one from Heinz, who we know here in the U.S. at least for making ketchup. This is a new table sauce. Here is another surprise from the House of Heinz, a brand new sauce with a brand new taste, different in flavor and better than anything you ever tasted. It is Heinz Mandalay sauce. It is prepared from foreign and domestic fruits, vegetables, and spices, some from far-off China and India. It adds zest to hot or cold meats, fish and game, soups and gravies. Get a bottle from your grocer. We make many other good things for the table: tomato soup, apple butter, baked beans, mustard dressing, olive oil, pure wholesome vinegars, etc. And then there's also an ad for Whitman's instantaneous chocolate. So Whitman's still makes chocolate, at least here in the U.S. they do. So this is instant chocolate, but they call it instantaneous. And it's made instantly with boiling milk. So that's there. And then this next ad is for a Victrola. So it says the only way you can hear the great singers when you want to. It's the Victor 4, and it costs $50. There's other styles from $10 to $100. And the ad says London has its opera in the summer, New York in the winter. The Victor season never closes. Melba, Caruso, Schumann Heink, Scotti, and other great artists always in your music room. The Victor Talking Machine Company. And then we have an ad for a Cadillac, a Model G, the touring car without a rival, $2,000. The high principles of honest workmanship and the advanced ideas of design that have made Cadillac construction famous find full expression in Model G, a thoroughly dependable, powerful 4-cylinder car which brings to its owner every touring luxury employed by those possessing the most expensive types. Examine it. Observe its long, rangy lines, the racy atmosphere about it, reflecting lots of spirit and go. Ride in it and note the feeling of security prompted by a wealth of hidden energy beneath you, and then you'll appreciate why. So the Model G is $2,000. The Model H is $2,500, and then you can bargain it with the Model K for $800. But this is important, the lamps are not included. And that's from the Cadillac Motor Company of Detroit, Michigan. Here's another ad. As delicate as a rainbow. I just love that headline. As delicate as a rainbow. As the color of the rainbow is beyond the magic of the brush, so is it beyond the power of words to express the sweet, elusive charm of Nabisco sugar wafers. How many of you remember Nabisco sugar wafers? The most delightsome of all dessert confections, each varying flavor beckons on the appetite and gratifies the sense of harmony when served with fruit or ices as the climax of the feast, in 10 and 25-cent tins. From the National Biscuit Company, Nabisco. I didn't know that Nabisco stood for the National Biscuit Company. See, I learned something new. Okay, and this next ad reflects my childhood dream. The Colfax pony carts. I mean, who did not want a pony growing up? Pony carts now then for spring and out of doors, for trips about town, through parks, out into the fresh green country. Nothing is quite so delightful and sensible as a pony turnout. We do not supply the pony, but our pony carts and basket-body governess cars are ideal for children's use. They embody the finest possible materials, put together with the smartness and thoroughness for which Colfax vehicles have been noted for so long. Not heavy, but very strong. Let me just tell you how this would have absolutely been on my Hanukkah list. A pony cart and a pony, but, ponies didn't make much sense in the suburbs, but still a girl could dream. There also is an ad here for Lennox chocolates, which was, I guess, put out by Necco, if you remember Necco wafers. The Necco seal is the mark by which you can identify 500 different kinds of the choicest confectionery, ranging from hard candies to bonbons. To understand their high standard of excellence, ask your dealer for Lennox chocolates, and by them judge the quality of all the other varieties. Necco sweets are above the requirements of the pure food laws. All dealers who sell high-grade goods have them. If yours does not, send us 25 cents for an attractive package of Lennox chocolates, or better still, send $1 for a special package of a handsome art box. Either package will be sent postpaid. And then we have an ad for the American Mercedes, a 70-horsepower demi-limousine touring car for $10,000. This is the handsomest car in the world, something entirely new, the American Mercedes. And there are also other cars, and one here is the Rambler, which I think I've heard of before. There's an ad here for Lee & Perrin's Worcestershire sauce, so that's still going. It says it's the perfect seasoning for all kinds of fish, meats, games, salad, cheese, and chafing dish cooking. It gives appetizing relish to an otherwise insipid dish. That's brilliant. It gives appetizing relish to an otherwise insipid dish. That's awesome, right? And then there's an ad here for a universal coffee percolator, for those of you who remember percolated coffee. There's an ad here for a refrigerator ice box. Goodrich Tire, which they're still in business. There are articles here about pansies. I'm a big pansy fan myself. I think they're beautiful flowers. Maybe I'll ask my husband to help. Well, not that I can't plant them myself, but my husband is the gardener of the family. So perhaps we will put in some pansies this year. They always make me happy. Then there's an ad for a lace front corset, and yes, I am so grateful I never had to wear one of those. I can only imagine I would have been crabby forever. More car ads, and another Tiffany & Company ad. Well, let's complete with that, shall we? This is for jewelry. Tiffany engagement rings. So let's price out engagement rings in 1907. Diamonds and other precious stones selected especially for their purity, color, and individual merits, set singly or in a combination as desired. A few moderate-priced rings with first-quality stones mounted in 18-karat gold or platinum are listed below. So a solitaire diamond ring ranges from $30 to $100 and up. Solitaire diamond rings with diamond-studded shanks are from $55 to $95 and up. And just so you know, any price I give you, you can spend more because they all say upward. There are solitaire ruby, pearl, emerald, or sapphire rings for $50, and we'll go up a little bit. Banquet or dinner rings in various combinations are $150. 3 stone rings with 3 diamonds or 2 diamonds with a pearl, ruby, emerald, or sapphire, $65. Cuts of the above or richer rings shown sizes of stones, styles, mountings, and prices, mailed upon request. Also, Tiffany 1907 Blue Book containing over 600 pages of descriptions and prices of other articles is available. And so that, my friends, is just a little snippet of the Country Life magazine from 1907. And so, my beautiful friends, with that, I am going to wish you sweet dreams. The angels will stay with you and help to bring soothing and calming energies to you while you sleep. You are a blessing in this world, and you are precious, and I'm grateful for the gift of you. Thank you so much, and we'll talk again soon. Good night.